Welcome to the Daughter Arise channel. My name is Yvonne, and this channel is all about bringing you content surrounding childhood sexual abuse. On this channel, I share aspects of things to do with my story, things that help me to overcome my experience. I also share commentary on news stories that I come across around this topic. And also, as well, I interview other survivors and people who support them on their journey. So if this is something that you're interested in, then please hit the subscribe button. And if you like the videos that I share, then please hit the thumbs up button as well. So today's story is about Katie Price, who has said that other people say she's weak with men because she was raped as a child when she was 7. Now, Katie Price over here in the UK was huge during the 90s. She was what was called a page 3 girl. So in certain red top newspapers, they used to have on page 3 a picture of a girl showing their breasts. And Katie Price used to be what is called a glamour girl, even though there was nothing glamorous about it. But basically, this is what she used to do. She used to be a page 3 girl. She used to do other things as well. So I'm just going to read to you some of this story, and I will leave a link to it in the description box below for you to check out for yourself. So Katie Price has said that she is weak with men because of her experiences with sexual assault as a child aged 7. The media personality 42 spoke about how she was raped at a young age in a park and has now said she believes it affected her choices in her adult life. Katie has discussed how the harrowing experience has affected her relationships with men during a new interview with the Sunday Times magazine. While discussing her 5-week stay at the Prairie Rehabilitation Facility last year, Kate revealed her experience with abuse was part of her later choices in life. She said, "What happened to me as a child was part of it too. They say that's why I'm weak with men." During the chat, she admitted male figures have always let me down as she discussed the horrifying moment. She said, "The thing that's always been wrong in my life is men. This is from an early age. I was raped as a kid at 7. That is in my first book. I was in a park." Elsewhere during the interview, Katie revealed her mum Amy vets her boyfriends and quizzes them on if they're after her money. Katie explained, "My mum has embarrassed me so many times. She'll turn up at my house and say to the latest boyfriend, 'Have you got a job? Or are you just here to pounce off my daughter?' She's ruthless and she's always right." Katie also explained her past traumas led her to seek help from the Prairie last year. Katie detailed the damage the ordeal has done during an appearance on Loose Women in 2017. "There was a sexual assault and I was later raped. I have discussed it before and I do believe it led to me dressing provocatively and becoming a model. I had been training to be a nurse, but the glamour modelling world is aimed at men. They can look, but they can't touch." So that is just part of the story. As mentioned, I will leave a link to it in the description box below. But it does seem that her trauma is still affecting her life choices and has affected her life choices. For those of you who don't know, Katie Price has 5 children by 3 different fathers and is now pregnant by a 4th man with her 6th child. From the outside looking in, Katie needs time to heal. She needs time to be by herself rather than, going from relationship to relationship. As somebody who has gone through sexual abuse, I recognize these coping mechanisms that Katie has. It's far easier to distract yourself from the pain and from dealing with oneself by, going and being distracted by other things, like constantly being in relationships, whether it's drinking, alcohol, smoking drugs, trying to find some type of escapism from facing the reality of the trauma that has been done. It is also clear that having her boundaries violated at the age of 7 is something that she still needs to address in therapy. Even though she said she did a stint at the Prairie Clinic last year, what was really telling is that other people are still seeing in her something that is related to her relationship choices. She has had horrible experiences with men, rape, sexual assaults, and, starting out with a father that was never around for her did not set her on a good path to have good relationships or build relationships with men. But I do believe she can reclaim her power and gain control over her life. It's good that she's been able to reflect on her past experiences, and the proof will be in the pudding, so to speak, because going forward, is she then going to continue to make these life choices, especially when it's come to other men? The fact that her mother comes round her house to vet her new boyfriends and question them means that her mother also doesn't trust her judgment when it comes to men either. I really do hope and pray that she can get some kind of control over her life with therapy, with help to, start to build boundaries, work on her self-esteem, on her confidence, because, she's trying to get it from other things by getting validation, especially in relationships. Rather than just being resigned and telling herself that, oh, she's weak with men, she can reclaim her power. It is tough, but it can be done. She doesn't have to be the victim of her circumstances. She can have the victory. But the question is, will she have the courage to do that? I do wish her all the best, and I do hope for the sake of her and her children that she's able to finally face the trauma of her past properly so that she can get healing.